The story title is called The Genie and the Old Fisherman. Once upon a time, there lived an old fisherman. He lived with his family in a little hut. If you know what a hut is, it's like a straw house made out of mud and straw and hay. So one day, it was a beautiful day, he decided to go fishing. So he took his fishing net and went to a huge sea. There are lots of water. So he spun around and cast his net. And then he waited for 30 minutes. Tick-tock, 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 ding! When 30 minutes was up, he pulled his net back to shore. But this time it got heavy, so he pulled. With surprise, he saw, guess what it was? It was a dead donkey. So he put the donkey back in the ocean, fixed his net, and cast it again. And then he waited for another 30 minutes. Tick-tock, 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 ding! When 30 minutes was up, he pulled his net back to shore. But this time, it was more heavier than the first one. So he pulled and pulled to the shore, and he saw dead crabs, seaweed, sand, and rocks. So the old fisherman got really angry this time. So he threw that back in and fixed his net. Then he cast it back in the ocean. But this time he had to hurry. You know why? Because when the sun comes up, the sun was almost up, the fish go deep down into the water. Blah, 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 blah. So he waited another 30 minutes. Tick-tock, 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 ding! When 30 minutes was up, he pulled his net back to shore. This time it was really, really, really heavy. So he pulled and pulled and pulled. This time it was a heavy jar. And it said, "Do not open." At this time, the old man was half curious and half scared. So he opened the lid. And then, with one eye closed and with one eye open, he peeked into the pot. There was nothing. He listened to it. There was nothing. He shaked it. There was nothing. So when he turned around to fix his net, and when he turned around, all of a sudden, there was big black smoke coming out of that little pot and going everywhere. And then the smoke started to swirl and twirl just like a tornado, and poof, a genie appeared. And so you know, that genie wasn't a good genie. It was a bad genie. So he said, "Ho, ho, 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 I am free!" And he thanked the old man for freeing him. "Now, how would you like to die?" And the old man said, "What? I freed you and you're about to kill me?" The genie said, "Of course, no one ever freed me. So, how should I take you apart? Take out your heart, take you apart, rip your head off." And then the old man started crying. But before that, he told his story. He said, "Once upon a time, I lived with a bigger genie. And that bigger genie was more powerful than I was. And then I disobeyed that genie. And then he put me into a pot and said, 'Do not open,' and he threw me into the ocean. And then I vowed to myself one rule. One vow. Whoever frees me in the next 100 years, I will give them all the riches of the world." 100 years passed. Sadly, no one freed him. Then he vowed to himself again. "Whoever frees me in the next 100 years, I will give them a mountain of gold." Sadly, again, no one freed him. Then the genie got really angry, and he said, he vowed to himself, "Whoever frees me, I will kill them." And so, that's how you free. And then the old man started crying. But then he stopped crying and then he remembered something. His father said that crying doesn't change things. And he remembered something else too, that he and his father played a lot of chess, so he was very smart. And then he said to the genie, "Oh, Genie, before I die, may I have this question?" And Genie said, "Of course." And then the old man asked him a very tricky question. The old fisherman said, "How could a genie as big as you fit into that little pot?" The genie said, "What? Didn't you see me come out of that big smoke and all twirling?" And the old man said, "No, I was fixing my net." And then the genie said, "Seems like a fair question for an old man who's about to die." And then he said, "Watch carefully, I will not repeat." And then the genie began to twirl into smoke, and then the smoke went black, and then it went into that pot. And then he got the lid, the old man got the lid and closed it. The genie began to beg, "Old fisherman, please let me out. I'll give you all the gold." And then the old man laughed. "Ha ha 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 ha. After I freed you, you tried to kill me? I will not open you, and I will warn others fishermen not to open you." And he threw him deep into the ocean. And he built a little house right there. And then he warned many of the fishermen's lives not to open that pot. And he and his family lived happily ever after. What's the moral of this story? Well, the moral of the story is that crying doesn't change things. And when you make a mistake, learn from that mistake and do not repeat it. And that's the end of my video. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my videos.